And when I say that in between the lines there are some relevant details, it brings to the forefront something that we need to keep in mind when we read the scriptures, and that is that there is nothing in the text that is irrelevant. Paul, in his last letter, 2 Timothy chapter 3, he says, all scripture is given by inspiration of God, and it is useful. One of the default assumptions that I have when I come to the scriptures is that everything has value. There's nothing in the text of scripture that is irrelevant. Sometimes it's easy for us to just read through it quickly and skip over it very fast because we think we know it or it just seems benign. I had a question a few weeks ago. The Questions podcast had to do with the genealogies of the Bible, and we're going to actually look at a genealogy in Luke chapter 3 if we someday get to that passage. But sometimes when we come to these genealogies in the scripture where it's a list of names that, number one, are hard to pronounce, and number two, you think that's a really strange name, and you wonder, is there any value to this? And I just want to encourage you that I think that nothing in the scriptures is irrelevant. All scripture is given by inspiration of God, and it is useful, Paul says. Useful, he says, for four things: for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness, so that the man or woman of God would be thoroughly equipped for every good work.